how it was happened. The keke rider backed two people at the two sides in front of the keke.
I will confuse them to come to the market.
Congratulations to the media. You have done incredible work.
In 10 days, it will show you what it does.
The Senate observed that PPP has consistently engaged in underhanding.
When your brother is producing something and you patronizing your brother.
Listen to Planet 101.1 FM News at 7 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. with our news in special English at 2:30 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Planet Radio 101.1 FM, evolving around you.
It's the news at noon. In the news, federal government to reintroduce national tax amnesty scheme. Nigerian Navy destroys about 350,000 litres of stolen automated gas oil in River State. Military buries 22 soldiers reportedly killed in Niger State. On the foreign scene, French President Emmanuel Macron demands release of Nigerian President Mohamed Bazoum. And sport, Manchester City signs Belgium winger JEREMY DOKU from Rennes for £55.4 million. Details coming up shortly. Good afternoon and welcome to the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM Uyo. I am Rachel David White. First in the news this afternoon, the Director of Press and Public Relations of the Ministry of Finance, Stephen Kalibi, has disclosed that the federal government plans to reintroduce the National Tax Amnesty Scheme. Kalibi disclosed this during a two-day retreat of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms in Abuja. Recall that on June 29, 2017, the former Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who served briefly as acting president, signed Executive Order Number 004 for the implementation of a voluntary asset and income declaration scheme. Reports say the tax amnesty scheme offers a time-limited opportunity for taxpayers to regularize their tax status relating to previous tax periods and pay the taxes due with certain benefits. The amnesty started on July 1st, 2017 and was to last for 9 months until March 31st, 2018. On his part, the Minister of Finance and the Coordinator Minister of Economy, Wale Edun, assured Nigerians that better days are ahead with the implementation of the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu. Edun added that although removal of fuel subsidy shut down the economy, interventions were put in place to cushion the pains of the reform and correct leakages in subsidy. In the meantime, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betaidu, says the federal government will soon unveil the humanitarian funds to lift 133 million Nigerians out of poverty. According to her, the government would be transparent and sincere with Nigerians on its plans and agenda. She noted that the Nigerian agenda has been set by President Bola Tinubu already and is working fully in detailing the action plan. She further assured that the Humanitarian Trust Fund will mobilize funds across the board, including the federal government, private sector, and international organization. Has reportedly set ablaze an arrested vessel MV Cecilia with about 350,000 liters of stolen automated gas oil, also known as diesel, in Oji. Obiokpo local government of River State. Reports say the vessel was seized by personnel of the Nigerian Navy ship Pathfinder in Port Harcourt on August 16, 2023, while 3 suspects were arrested. The Commander Operation Delta Safe Rear Admiral Olusegun Ferreira, represented by the Maritime Competent Commander of the Joint Task Force for Operation Delta Safe South-South, Navy Commodore Adedokun Sheibade, and had conducted newsmen around their arrested vessel. Ferreira said the vessel, which has not been in use for 2 years, served as a storage tank for illegally refined products. According to him, the vessel has a capacity of about 350,000 litres. He said that as part of efforts to fulfill the mandate of Operation Delta Safe, the Commander JTF South-South of OPDS directed the NNS Pathfinder based on credible intelligence to conduct a covert operation in the area, which led to the arrest. In another development, the Nigerian Armed Forces and other relatives, as well as friends of the fallen heroes, have gathered at the National Military Cemetery in Abuja for the burial of some of the military personnel who died in combat in Niger State. Present at the funeral ceremony are the Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Christopher Musa, Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale, and other service chiefs. Reports say some of the deceased officers had already been buried by their families. Recall that the defense headquarters had said no fewer than 36 officers were killed in battle, including an air mission on August 14th. In politics, the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, has assured the party faithful that the family problem arising from the announcement of new National Working Committee NWC and zonal offices will be resolved amicably. At the end of the meeting with the governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, which was held behind closed doors in Abuja, Ganduje told journalists that all differences would be rectified. The APC chairman also expressed optimism in the ability of the Kogi State governor to deliver the state for the party in the November 11th governorship election. Bello reaffirmed his confidence in the party's leadership, insisting that the APC would remain and retain the state. Back here, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Omoina has ordered for a fact-finding report on the activities as well as the immediate relocation of Golden Tripod Limited, GTL, a factory located along Ikorebana Road in Uyo, to the Ibom Industrial Park in Itu local government area. Governor Eno gave the order while flagging off the construction of a 2.2 kilometers Tabernacle Road and its environs on 0.97 kilometers underground outfall drain in Uyo local government area, said the report, which is to be done by the State Commissioner for Environment and his internal security counterpart, should be completed within 48 hours. According to him, the relocation became necessary following reports that the emission from the factory poses a health challenge to the residents of the area, stating that the government has invested a lot to make the industrial park a modern one to accommodate industries in the state.
They relocate them more to the industrial park because I understand there's always a serious emission around here. Yeah, I find out Martin first of all and immediately relocate them to the industrial park. Factory is either in the middle of a city, Akwa Ibom Industrial Park. And what we have done recently is to review the master plan of that industrial park. So we are going to fence it round. We are going to put a police station there. We are going to get a power station to be there. We'll put water reticulation. It will be like any industrial park anywhere in the world.
On the Tabernacle Road project, which traverses Uyo and the local government areas, The governor said it was a fulfillment of his campaign promise to the people of the area and his determination to create access roads in line with the rural development plans of his Arise agenda.
Support election dividend of democracy in Domi. Say forget few that government man that is the kind of government you voted for. So we are here this afternoon and we thank you. We thank you so much. So we believe that with the kind of contractor that we have put in here, they will deliver on purpose and as scheduled. Then we'll come back and commission the road.
Government House correspondent Jane Owa reports that the goodwill messages the stakeholders of Uyo and Itu local government area commended Governor for embarking on life-touching and economically viable projects and ensuring that the people in the rural communities benefit from his government. They assured him of their support and cooperation to the realization of his Arise agenda. You're listening to the News on Planet Radio 101.1 FM Uyo. Let's take a breather and then bring you more stories from our foreign sport and entertainment scenes. To stay with us.
Healthy living begins with the choices one makes. Choosing to live healthy is the first step to healthy living. Join us Sundays 1:30 to 2 p.m. for Health Way. Awareness for healthy choices.
Welcome back and many thanks for staying with us. On a foreign scene, French President Emmanuel Macron has demanded the release of Nigerian President Mohamed Bazoum, who was detained on July 26, 2023, in a military coup led by the former commander of Niger's presidential guard, Abdourahmane Tiani. Macron also called for a return of democratic order in Niger, a former French colony whose elected leadership was toppled in a military coup in July. Meanwhile, leaders in the Economic Community of West African State bloc had said that they would keep all options on the table for a peaceful resolution to the crisis and ordered the activation of an ECOWAS joint by force to restore constitutional order in Niger. Reports say former colonial ruler France and the European Union had suspended security operations and financial aid to Niger following the coup, while the United States warned that its aid could also be at stake. In sport, Manchester City have completed the signing of Belgium winger JEREMY DOKU from Rennes for £55.4 million for a 5-year contract. Last season's treble winners have agreed a 5-year contract with the 21-year-old who scored 10 goals in 75 League One appearances across 3 seasons. Doku becomes Pep Guardiola's third summer signing after midfielder Mateo Kovacic arrived for £25 million from Chelsea and former RB Leipzig defender Josko Vatio joined for £77 million. On the entertainment scene, legendary Nigerian musician Innocent Idibia, popularly known as Tubaba, has berated Nigerians for being overly concerned about his family. The African Queen coroner admitted that inasmuch as he pretends to have grown a thick skin to Nigerians' criticisms of his family over the years, he still gets hurt sometimes. The father of 7 lamented that Nigerians who insinuate that he is a deadbeat dad to his children have never volunteered to pay the school fees of any of them. It's been a News on Planet Radio 101.1 FM Uyo, but before we go, let's take a recap of the major stories. The Director of Press and Public Relations of the Ministry of Finance, Stephen Kelebi, has disclosed that the federal government plans to reintroduce the National Tax Amnesty Scheme. The Nigerian Navy has reportedly set ablaze and arrested vessel MV Cecilia with about 350,000 litres of stolen automated gas oil, also known as diesel, in Woji, Obiopo local government area of Rivers State. The Nigerian Armed Forces and other relatives, as well as friends of the fallen heroes, have gathered at the National Military Cemetery in Abuja for the burial of some other military personnel who died in combat in Niger State. On the foreign scene, we told you that French President Emmanuel Macron has demanded the release of Nigerian President Mohamed Bazoum, who was detained on July 26, 2023 in a military coup led by former commander of Niger's presidential guard, Abdourahmane. And sports, we reported that Manchester City have completed the signing of Belgium winger JEREMY DOKU from Rennes for £53.4 million for a 5-year contract. For comment and coverage of your newsworthy event, call our newsroom on 0812-770-2940 and visit our website on planet101fm.ng and follow us on Twitter at planet_101fm. Also like our Facebook page at planet101fm Uyo. The news was edited by Jane Uwa. As we end the news, when you are compassionate, you desire to alleviate the suffering of others and to promote their well-being. If you are not, please learn this art. I am Rachel David White. Good afternoon.
Information and entertainment make a good collabo on Planet Radio 101.1 FM.